Hi, this is Gidget Graham with the Graham team. Thank you for the opportunity to be your 8902 community real estate advisor. We are just honored to give you a market update as to what's happening with housing in your community. So a lot of people want to know what is the average price, what's going on with housing. So let me get started of whether or not we're in a bull or a bear market. So within the 8902 community, your average sales price is $295,000. That is up about 11% from last year. That's September over September. One of the other factors that just kind of interest for that community is we've seen 527 homes sold and 68 condominiums or townhomes. So a total of 598 units have been sold in this community so far. So how does 8902 compare to the greater Las Vegas Valley? Well, I'd like to give you an update on that information as well. So a lot of our clients are asking us, is the housing market in a bull or a bear market? Well, you're going to see as we go through the numbers, we're kind of in both, and it's a little bit of a mixed bag. So let me start with the average median price here in the greater Las Vegas Valley. It's at $300,000. If you joined us in June for our market update, you saw that we saw the market kind of do a slight little dip on the average and median sales prices. However, this time in September, we are up 3.4% from June, and year to date, we're up 9%. And of course, a bigger factor that we look at is year over year. That gives us a 12-month indicator. So from September 17 to September 18, we're up almost 12% at 11.7. So those are some healthy growth numbers for these sales prices. But one of the factors we're seeing in the other indications is that we saw a huge rise in inventory. For the last year and a half, we've been reporting on how low the inventory levels were. That was pushing a huge amount of demand up. That was giving us multiple offers almost on every home. Sometimes we saw offers as deep as 35 offers. However, with 42% increase in inventory, that means our supply numbers are up. We do see that being the balancing indication for the market. So I do not predict that we're going to see our median in price sales prices move. The inventory numbers going up, I think what we're going to see is the average days on market adjust to a more traditional marketplace. So historically, we're in a healthy market when we see homes sell in that 60 to 90 range. We've been selling homes, as you've seen throughout the year, very quickly. I think we're going to see homes go on the market if it's priced correctly, if it's in good condition, and it's marketed to the best of its ability, which is what your real estate agent's here to do for you, that we'll see those sell in the 30 to 60 day market range. That's going to be a more traditional market. So are we bull, are we bear, or are we just more back in traditional balanced market where buyers and sellers are going to come together and reach a very common price? I think that's where we're at. So how does Nevada compare with nationally? Well, nationally, one of the things that we've seen across the board is a decrease in the number of transactions that have occurred. Actually, it's down 11.6%. That includes all real estate, residential and multifamily transactions. So that is an indication that there is a little bit of softening nationally. Of course, each area and submarket has their own factors in there. It could also be September has some pretty harsh weather conditions happening in the south and on the east coast. So some of those play into those factors. Also, the home builders numbers that they're reporting are down this year. So that's an indication that we're all keeping an eye out to see what's going on with the home builders on their starts. Is it a lack of demand, or right now we're also experiencing a lack of labor, so it might be their combination thereof. So that's something we're just tracking for the rest of this year. So what does this housing market mean for our buyers? So one of the things we want to make sure our buyers are aware of, besides what's going on with the average sales price and inventory conditions, is what's happening with interest rates, as that's one of the major indicators of what they can afford to purchase. So across the board, economists and forecasters are expecting a rise in interest rates at the next Fed meeting and also into 2019. Freddie Mac, one of the largest producers of loans, is expecting interest rates to go from 4.26% in 2018 to 5.1% in 2019. That's just a little over a 0.5% rise in interest rates. Well, what does that mean to the average consumer, average home buyer? We talked about this in June, but I think it's worth repeating. That means your purchasing power is reducing. So if your income stays the same and all things are equal, and to your personal profile, if your interest rates are the only adjustment, then you're going to be looking at a loss of purchase price of about $15,000. So at your $75,000 income, you would have been qualifying roughly at the 4.5% at $290,000. That means your purchase price at 5% would go down to $275,000. So just keep that in mind as the things in the markets are changing. Right now, you've got some more opportunities as more inventory is on the market. You've got some more choices, but interest rates are looking to tick upward. So everybody likes to know what are the hottest housing markets. So year to date, what we're looking at in September, the hottest housing market with the largest amount of increase prices was Summerlin East with an average sales price, a median sales price of $290,000. Summerlin across board takes the top 3 seats from Summerlin South at $387 to Summerlin West at $409. Of course, now we get some Henderson into the mix with Tuscany and Lake Las Vegas, starting to pick up a lot of activity at Lake Las Vegas. So the median price is now at $365. And then the Northwest, for the first time, entered that list at $309. So it's across the board in the Valley. We've seen some good communities reporting upswings. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what's happening in the market. Again, what we see happening for the next at least for the next 6 months, is it's just a very stable market in regards to buyers and sellers coming back together to negotiate a fair price on the home, and I think it's going to be a good win-win for everybody. So if you have any questions about your individual community or your home, or you just want more details about a specific area that you might be looking at, give us a call and we look forward to speaking to you. Thank you for letting the Graham team be your real estate advisor. We look forward to hearing from you.